What up, what up?
What's up?
Tony SLUMZ.
Tag Ghost.
We do things.
Every once in a while.
Podcast name is Beats Me.
Episode 2.
Because we do beats.
Every once in a while.
Sometimes, among other shit. And quick shout out before we get started. It's something I wish I'd done the last time. And I feel it's something we need to do a lot more is huge shout out to motherfuckers who stream out there and play our music.
That's right.
Nasty Art, Dale, the homegirl Lissa.
The homie Buddha. Imperial Quality TV.
Yep.
It's IG.
And Misha, there's another dude, Misha. I know he's streamed and played. And anyone else out there who decides to play our music while streaming, man.
Or use our music for anything.
Or use our music for anything.
For any content that they're doing.
Because that's something that I think it does fall by the, like, you don't have to play our shit.
No,
you really don't, man. I think maybe it's because of copyright strikes, but even without that, I mean, you're playing and listening to our music at the same time. So
yeah, and we're not even in a, you know what I mean? We're
and I don't stream. I wish I streamed, man. I wish I streamed more, man. And I'm glad y'all are doing it, man, because it's something that doesn't it doesn't go unnoticed. Anytime I see someone like, you know, basically be like, oh, I'm gonna play this person's music, I try to do my best to retweet it, share it, and just because it is love, man. That's just hella dope because you could be playing anything, and
yeah, most definitely.
And it's like memories, man. They get associated. So like the music is now associated with the gameplay, and the gameplay is associated with the music, and it creates this weird memory and shit like that.
Hell yeah.
Not to mention the conversation that you go. So if someone's listening to the music you're playing, and they're like, "Yo, that shit's hard, man. Like, who is that?" Like, that's fucking dope, man. And that's something that I don't think gets said enough, man. Like,
no, most definitely. And it goes back to our previous conversation that we had in the last episode where it was music and visuals. You know what I mean? Any type of visual content that they're doing is now attached to your music, you know. And if they really fuck with the people that, you know, like let's say an influencer or whatever, let's say they really fuck with the influencer and they hear your music, like let's say the influencer's using your music for any type of promotion, content, any type of stuff that they're doing for their own brand or whatever, and now they're using your music, the perception, you know, to the regular fan is like, yeah, this person fucks with the music that they are promoting. Let me give it a listen, and it really stretches.
And they're connected now. Exactly. You know what I mean? And like it's like, oh, this dude fucks with this dude, and right. Yada yada yada, and it's hella dope, man. You know what I mean? And it's crazy
organic
because
growth is what.
Yeah, man. Growth. And it's one of those things that I've like they'll reach out. They'll be like, hey, yo, like whose music can I play? I'm down to play anybody.
I like this song. Can I use it for videos or whatever? And
I've always like wondered, like, fuck, man, I love to like show love back. You know what I mean? But there's only so much from a retweet and shit. So I mean, if you're a streamer out there and there's a way we could help out, fucking please let us know, man. We're running tape with the streamer names in the bottoms and shit right here. That'd be dope, man.
Off top.
You know, and it's just, yeah, man, fuck, let's grow. And I think that's something that, there was a conversation I had in my head. I have a lot of conversations in my head.
Fucking tell me about it, dog.
Well, I was like, what are ways to get your shit heard?
Ways to get your shit heard?
You know, because I know you got a few things in the works.
That's right.
You know.
A lot of it.
Movie-wise and shit like that, right?
Right.
Yeah. Why am I flex?
No, it's cool. Well, when it's time, you know. How to get your shit heard? In the sense of just like like a single, producer, beats.
Let's go through them. Single.
Okay, fuck. We'll start at the top. All right, single. There's very many sources that you can market your single, right? And this is not necessarily.
Until 805 pays us, I'm gonna turn the labels.
Why do you think hey, man. Media trained.
Media trained, baby.
The label's been trained. Or excuse me, the label's been turned, excuse me.
I remember watching Real World Road Rules, and I was wondering why they always had duct tape on their clothes.
All the fucking time. Yeah, to go off a little segue before we get into this shit, because you know how we let's go segue real quick.
I always wanted that shit for the longest. I'd
be like, I see that it says Adidas on it, but I can't. Why do
they have duct tape over the name? Like, it's the three stripes. Like, what's going on? And then, like,
But then think of it like that. You're fucking, what? 10 watching Real World.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Girl grew up real quick.
Girl was going through it, man. I remember Hawaii. Real World Hawaii, man. That shit made me look at drinking differently.
Hey, man. I'm going to tell you, peak Ratchet days was those Real World versus Road Rule challenges. I know you motherfuckers forget. Or I'm showing my age.
Yo, my girl still watches that shit. I still get caught up watching that shit.
Hey, man. Amazon Prime, though.
Yeah, man.
No promotion though.
Side note, yeah, man. If you want to get your music played right there on Real World
Back on
Rules,
track. Back on track. Anyways,
you can submit. This is a website called Taxi, and you can submit to have your music played on Real World Road Rules.
Yeah, right. I wouldn't recommend. I would actually, let's start with recommendations first. I would recommend organic growth over anything. Like, obviously, that's the way. That's obvious. It seems obvious, right?
Mm-hmm. But it's also the longer way.
It's the longer
That's
way.
the thing you have to like. It's the caveat.
Right.
If you're gonna go organic growth,
here's the thing about that is, yes and no, because of TikTok. And now that sounds crazy. And I was I barely
got on it.
I'm
lying. I got on it and then I got off of it.
I was skeptical for about 2 years, dog. I was skeptical
Which
for about
sucks, man.
I was skeptical for about that's probably not true. Let's say about a year. I was skeptical for about a year. And I have been following it for about a year. And not even just me being active in it. I've just been following the platform on its own for about a year. It is probably the platform that you can get the most solid organic growth genuinely without having to pay to play. Like, what I mean by pay to play is
I know.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
so to
explain it
to people, pay to play, what I mean is back when Instagram, let's say just even 2 years ago, Instagram, like in 2018, 2019, was probably on its last leg of organic growth while introducing an advertisement / marketing type promote your post type little thing or type of system that they were doing. Boost your post, right? It was their version of marketing, right? Because what was happening was, real quick, fucking Instagram influencers, models, whatever,
we're getting racked
out by just promoting and using the number of likes as analytics for, I drive this much people to my page that like this stuff. This amount of people will be able to see your product. Okay. We'll
any post that I do this from this time to that time will automatically get this number. Exactly.
I get this much engagement, et cetera, right? So that was Instagram back like 2 to 3 years ago. It's no longer that. The algorithm will completely fuck you if you don't already have like a large following. Even when you have a large following, it'll still fuck you. Like, you know, obviously there's shortcuts.
Always,
but for the starting producer or not as popular producer, growing producer, whatever you want to call it, it's play to play right now.
Yeah.
Or artists, you know what I mean? Or artists.
And that's what we were talking about last time. I think we touched on it a little bit when we were talking about challenges. If you don't want to do the pay to play, then a way to kind of divert around it is you do a challenge, and a challenge will be followed by someone else, and usually it's a big name that, regardless of whether or not they pay, because of the big name that's associated with it, Instagram will put it at the front.
Right.
Or the algorithm will put it at the front.
Yeah, the algorithm will put it at the front. Yeah, and it's crazy how they always change it, bro. Like, because now, okay, so, again, before I go back to TikTok, just real quick with IG, like, they always change the value of the engagement, right? So saving a post will give you the most engagement points. I don't know how you the fuck you want to, what do you want to call it or whatever, but you'll get the most engagement by somebody saving your post, right? Then you'll get the second with somebody DMing the post. I believe comments is third.
Yeah, I think it's liking, saving, sharing
the DM,
comment,
right? And then the liking.
And then the liking.
And that liking is the least amount of boost engagement or engagement.
If you're looking at currency, you're looking at a penny, a nickel, a dime, and a quarter. So a quarter would be the fucking save.
The save,
you know what I mean? 4 quarters give you $1, as opposed to you need 100 likes to get to that same dollar.
Exactly.
That's a good way to break it down. Yeah.
Perfect.
So that.
Good job. Perfect.
Yes, we got there.
We got it.
Smart.
But yeah, so
and they're always changing that.
Always change it, because it used to be.
Yeah, and I'll see it from time to time. There'll be there's someone who's heavy on Instagram, like, and it'll usually be artists, which sucks because it's not like a not a viral artist, not a producer or anything like that. It will literally be someone who's using Procreate or Adobe, and they paint and they draw, and they'll be the ones who are like, look, guys, you're not seeing my art because of this reason.
And then they had the post note. Remember they introduced post notifications, right?
Yeah,
that was a way to not completely fuck the influencer.
Yeah, but I hate because all my notifications.
They knew what they were doing, bro. And then to not completely fuck them, they introduced that. Like you already you never had post.
I have zero notifications turned on any. I literally, the only thing that will make my phone vibrate is a call and a text.
Yeah, I have DM notifications just in case people want to book studio time, but other than that, like followers, likes, all that shit. The only thing I have is communication, like, and that's probably like
communication driven
towards me, email, DMs. I think that's about it. Like,
and a text and a text. Who's got my number?
Yeah, who's got my number?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we went left and right.
Instagram, TikTok.
Back to TikTok. So you know about Instagram, right? So Instagram now you have to pay to you have to pay money for people to see your posts.
Or you got to get lucky with the real viral organic.
And here's the thing too, like, okay, I know I'm trying to go to TikTok, but last thing about Instagram, from what I've seen from just me spending money on posts, sponsor posts, right? Whatever they want to call it, whatever marketing you want to call it, you have to be very careful where you set your locations at, because honestly, I don't. Here's I'm gonna teach everybody something real quick.
I didn't think about
that. Facebook ads is its own app. Facebook ads has its own app, and you can run Facebook ads there, and you can run Instagram ads there. Now, here's the lick that I found out.
Don't mind me. I'm literally. I have a bottle opener.
I'm gonna be talking for a little bit. Teach everybody something about that I found out that I like to share. So if you get the Facebook ads app, right, you can run your Facebook ads right through your business page there, which you should have one if you have an Instagram business page.
Well, you can't run ads unless you have
Facebook, Facebook, right? So, well, just in case for the people that don't know, right? Yeah. So,
in case you're wondering why won't it let me do it?
Exactly. This is why you need to have a business page on Facebook, whether it's an artist page or whether it's a producer page, right? Or whether it's whoever's watching, any type of business, right, to be able to run ads. Where's it going to? Okay, so Facebook ads app. You can run your ads from your Facebook business page there, and you can also double it to run on Instagram for free.
Oh, okay.
It'll double it. It'll run it.
So
now,
if you
I just have to double check because I don't know this information, just to let you know. I don't know if it takes away from the engagement, right? Like if you have your Facebook, you're paying, let's say, $100. So you're estimated this amount of engagement. It'll tell you. So I don't know if it running towards Instagram will remove pull in those.
Yeah, got you. Because that's how they charge you. They charge you off of the engagement. They don't charge you.
Engagement, clicks is another one where it takes a huge.
Yeah.
The currency of it. And
the bidding.
The bidding of it.
It's the bidding. So it's essentially what they do. They get your $100 and they bid it out to saves, shares, and views and stuff like that.
Yeah. The fucking.
And it goes back to the quarter, nickel, dime.
Right. You know, it goes back to the fucking the people being the workers or whatever.
Yeah.
Right, looking at the app. Fucking the whole, you know, that's the crazy thing about how they model that the platform, right? And it's not very for the artists, right?
Of course
it's very for the corporation, right?
Of course. Now, it's about making money at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Regardless if it was regardless of where it started, where it's at,
right.
It's about making money.
Exactly.
And
the model that it is now is pretty dog shit for the
average creator.
The average creator, right? Unless you grew it organically very early on. Now, not to say that it's impossible.
Now you're a staple, yeah.
It's not impossible. Obviously, there's silver linings everywhere. Or excuse me, not the metaphor I want to use, but you know what I mean. There's obviously people that cut through all the time, but you know,
it's harder.
It's very, very difficult. Now to TikTok. Sorry, TikTok right now is like old Instagram. Organic growth. Very, very. It's actually, I think it's even more dope than Instagram was, because you can literally put yourself in a certain niche, keep yourself in that niche, right? And it will show everybody that's following that niche, whether it's producing, whether it's painting, whether it's fucking stocks, whatever it is. If you just hone into that, right? Let's just say stocks, right? If you just hone into stocks, all your content is stocks on TikTok. Everything you do, say, whatever you create on TikTok is stocks. You will now be shown to the people that are constantly looking at stocks.
And they'll go directly towards their For You page.
Regularly towards you. You can actually even curate your own feed, right? You can't curate your feed on Instagram at all. I tested it out. Somebody told me I got a TikTok account, and I literally just looked at stock, small business, and NFTs, right? I just looked at that. I liked all those posts. I don't see nothing about no people dancing, no nothing, no memes, no jokes, no nothing. Once in a blue moon, one will cut through, but literally my whole TikTok is just what I want it to be. Stock, NFTs.
Just making money.
Producing, small business.
Yeah.
What I want to see. And there's people giving out free information too. It's what you didn't see before as much on Instagram. Like everybody's very wanting to see each other grow on TikTok. So people will freely give you information on TikTok without
like what?
Without any type of gatekeeping.
Like what, all right. So like what was one that you found like through TikTok that you were like, oh shit?
Everything I just spoke right now. Okay. I learned from that platform. Everything I just spoke right now. Literally this whole rant that I just had was from there. And I watched it for a whole year.
Get the fuck out. Like one of those just like kind of like, all right,
I'm skeptical. And I'm you know, I like to look at it far, you know, before, and I engage in a couple, you know what I mean? Just straight out the gate. Like you can literally, I'm telling you, you could, if you stick to your niche, stocks, producing, art, culinary, whatever.
If you were a visual artist or an audio visual artist, then TikTok would be the kind of the best way to.
Everybody that's creating should have a TikTok and try to figure out how to incorporate TikTok into your social media marketing. Okay,
so let's put it like this. Let's just create an analogy and shit like that. Because I was thinking about, this is one of the conversations I was having in my head. Whereas Instagram is a storefront. Like Instagram to me is like walking down a mall and it's just a bunch of fucking stores and shit. Just boom, 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 boom. You can choose to walk in, you can choose to not, but they're in your face. You can't deny that they're like slapping you in the face all the time. Twitter to me is like a fucking swap meet. It's like a bazaar. Everyone's low key yelling at each other. You know what I mean? And like
loud too.
It's loud. Shit shouldn't be going on, but shit's going on. But you can have more of a direct conversation. Correct. You can walk up to the person who's selling you the shit and be like, how much? Nah, dog, this much.
Yeah.
Or at the same time, you can find that gem. You can find that one artist who unfortunately can't afford a storefront in the mall, but is so fucking dope and is just chilling in the cut right there in the middle of Twitter. And then eventually everyone starts sharing this shit. Like, we're like, yo, this dude is fucking fire.
Goes viral.
Like, da-da-da-da-da. And it goes fire for that brief moment. And, you know, they're better for it. Right. You know what I mean? Because I've seen...
Whatever position...
Dude, there was some corduroy basketball shorts that I was like, yo, these shits are dope. And I've never seen them anywhere but on Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, all right, so if one's the bazaar, one's the mall, what's TikTok?
Shit. Fucking a center, I guess, like a free fucking center where people can go and...
So it's like Journal Square in New York.
Yeah.
So like essentially it's more of a gazebo.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. What would be a place where you can... Maybe a library, you know what I mean? A library, because I mean I've gone, because you can choose
the section. You can choose
what section you want would be a good probably, and also too in libraries people are very willing, well at least in the ones that I've been to, some people will sec themselves off and just want to be left alone, and other people are very helpful. You know, there's tutoring in libraries, you know what I mean? There's a bunch of people on TikTok that are wanting to teach.
Yeah, I remember there was a weird fucking post one time. Someone was like, why isn't there a Netflix for books?
Now, obviously, I use the term library very fucking loosely, okay?
Well, not a lot of people know not that they don't know.
I use the term, okay, let me just say that again.
When's the last time you went to a library?
Very fucking loosely. Probably about like 2 years ago.
Yeah. There's Barnes & Noble.
Yeah, okay.
But even Barnes & Noble, you can go in there, pick up a book, and you can read it and not even buy the shit. Yeah. I know that because I've done it.
A true library, probably about 2 years ago, but even then... They just really don't exist that much anymore.
Okay. So it's an open forum.
It's an open forum. That'd probably be better.
It's a forum. It's a forum. It is the digital aspect of what was an old digital idea, which was a forum.
Yeah. Which still exists.
Like the online forums. They still exist, but I mean, you're looking at Reddit, you're looking at 4chan.
Yeah, they've been more mainstreamed, I guess.
Yeah.
Some forums have been more mainstreamed than others. Yeah, Reddit. That's literally what a fucking forum is.
I stay on that one. That one's fun. You can find some good shit on there, along with a lot of shit you shouldn't look at.
Yeah, you go down a very, very bad hole in that one, man.
rabbit holes
I just stick to my niche, you know.
Man.
And every once in a while, I check the popular page, and I'll remember why I don't always check it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the same way. I'm like, nah, you know what? I'm good. This is exactly what I need at the time. Let me not fucking dive deeper than where I'm at right now.
But yeah, don't disregard TikTok. I know it seems like kids dancing, kids memes, you know what I mean, all this shit. Nah, I've seen a lot of people give so much good information about small business growth, about marketing growth, fucking social media growth.
Anytime something starts off brand new, it's always gonna be met with being placed in a box. I remember when Instagram first came out, when Instagram first came out, it was just, it's a bunch of nasty filtered pictures.
Yeah, like heavily fucking sepia.
Yeah, and like
crazy.
It's just
contract.
photos. It's just who cares about photos? I don't care about photos. Yeah. And
I could put photos on Facebook.
On Facebook, right? Yeah. You know what I mean?
But I think they had really good marketing. Because I remember, I didn't hear about it till all the celebrities started talking about Instagram. Because I remember there was a period where I used to just see. It was cool to snap a picture of just, like early on. It was now,
just photos.
It's very hazy, exactly, very hazy, but they made it cool to take a picture.
Yeah.
That was the marketing behind it. Now, mind you, it's very hazy. I don't remember a lot of it, but I do remember that it was cool to take a picture, and Instagram made it cool to take a picture and to show it to your friends versus Facebook, which... I mean, eventually Facebook bought Instagram eventually.
Yeah, and Facebook at the time was statuses, and I mean, it was a breakaway from MySpace in a sense. MySpace had this weird shit of being exclusive in a way, because you had your top 8, like your friends and stuff like that, where you can kind of like throw shade at people. Facebook didn't have the top 8s anymore, so it was just statuses. It was just
status pictures.
And I think that's,
and it was like a stagnant page.
It was very
stagnant, bro.
Yeah.
Like, no, you couldn't do anything. That's what was dope about.
But that's why I talk to people, and I'm like, that's the reason why from 2005 on to, let's say 2003, 2004, but around that time, that's when it makes no sense for us to go to high school reunions anymore.
Oh, not
like
really.
My high school reunion was 2015, and I was like, for fucking what?
What year was it?
2015. Mine was 2015. I graduated 05. God damn. And so I was like,
oh yeah.
But
I graduated 05 too. So
yeah, but there's no sense.
I didn't go to mine either.
Why? Because you know everybody, the people who you do want to keep in touch with. Because that's the thing. Like my mother-in-law, she goes to her high school reunions, but it's because I want to catch up. And I'm like, everyone I need to catch up to, I can send them a message.
Yeah.
I can DM them.
The people that I talk to now.
Even better, I don't need to know shit about them.
Respectfully.
No, disrespectfully. Fuck them.
For me, respectfully. I'm cool. The people that have stayed, I'm very appreciative of it. The people that have stayed, I'm very appreciative of it. The people that have disappeared.
Fuck them.
That's what it is.
I know, all disrespect.
It's just what it is.
Nah, fuck that shit.
He said, nah, he wants
go fuck that shit.
He said, nah, fuck him. He said, nah, tell him, go fuck him.
Tell him. Come on. But it is that's kind of when high school. But that's kind of when high school reunions died.
Yeah, social media fucking killed it. Like off top, and I knew that during my fucking.
Yeah, there was no reason.
I knew that in fucking 2010. I was like, I already have mad people that I know right here. I'm already pretty much seeing their lives like all the time. Like usually the reason you go to reunions is because you don't know what happened from.
And that's the assumption, because I've never been to a reunion. I could only assume from literally movies that I've seen that you would go to the high school reunion to lie about what.
Lie and catch up.
Yeah, like
one or the other.
Yeah, no, I saved the baby.
But that's what, from the people that I know that are older that have gone to reunions, that's what everybody always says is the first 10 years is just flex.
Yeah.
I'm at this point in my life, which, mind you, I'm not trying to generalize. I'm sure there's a lot of wonderful reunions, but that's not the reation I didn't go.
Fuck them, Gus. Nah.
That's not the reason I didn't go. I had shit going on at the time.
Yeah. Nah, I was only going to go because when it first came up, me and Karina were friends, and I was like, I'm gonna take her to high school reunion. That's what I was gonna throw full game. But we ended up hooking up before that, so I didn't need to go to the high school reunion anymore. Like, we was already boyfriend and girlfriend. So I was like, all right, cool. Like, right. The fuck, I give a fuck about a high school reunion. I'm good. A homie told me, like, last time he said, he's like, yo, man, you got to tell more stories. So, you know,
hey, man.
You got to get that feedback.
That's right.
What feedback did you get from the last one?
Just basically the same, the from the YouTube comments. Just that. Just we need more integration with like local artists too. I'm turning this shit. It's already open.
Yeah.
More integration with local artists. I didn't get too much feedback, honestly. Just whatever's on the YouTube comments.
Shout out to homie Fabi. Homie Fabi always got a fucking critique about everything.
Yeah, Fabi
I love him.
Fabi said we needed more of these, so that
he always had feedback.
That's what I needed to hear. That's it. I was all right.
He's good,
cool.
man.
What I need to hear is cool.
In terms of integration, how would you like to integrate?
Regular conversation like this. I don't want to turn into like an interview. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think having regular integration.
Like, musically. So like a part of me was thinking, should we have music in the background? But me being when I do listen to podcasts, I listen while I'm making beats. Mm-hmm. So I like them without music in the background because I can make beats and it'll basically act as my vocal track, and I'll end up mixing around a podcast.
Nice.
But I mean, at the same time, we're both producers, so we have beats to put in the background.
Yeah, we have a fucking infinite amount.
You know what I mean? I did the set, the one we collabed on. That was the intro, and then I just threw in a random beat when you had to walk out. Was acting
that was perfect. Yeah, shit like that we can. Yeah, a regular conversation, because that's what this is really. As you guys saw on the first one, and you'll see on this one too. It's just a regular conversation. We branch off. We talk about everything, but mostly it's a producer-driven podcast. And also too, this is what I was thinking too when I was driving up here too. Like, we're here to. I mean, there's plenty of podcasts that'll tell you what it is to be a producer as, and this is how you make beats, this is how you do this is how you engineer, this is that. We're going to tell you the realistic side of it, you know what I mean? And this is
at our current position
at as our well. Current position, and then also too the growth that we, so you're honestly growing with us as we grow as producers, as we grow this podcast, as we just grow as people, you'll be growing with us too. So that's really what we are
hoping.
Not hoping. This is what we're gonna do, bro. Like, we're
talk
doing,
that shit.
Yeah, nah. There's no no's in this. This is what we're doing. You know what I mean? So we want everybody to grow with us too, and give us feedback. We'll take it. You know what I mean? We're not opposed to it. You know what I mean? We're human. We will take the feedback and we will implement it. You know what I mean? Because this is, like I said, you're gonna grow with us as we grow ourselves as producers and grow into our space. You will grow with us. With the podcast,
well, going into
they'll see the realistic of the stress, and then we won't sugarcoat it. And this is also not to scare people, but a lot of the time people sugarcoat a lot of shit. We're the two type of motherfuckers ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing for you. We're gonna tell you straight what it is, so that you know what it is, so that you're not scared by what's happening. You're not blindsided. You're not surprised, and we'll give you what knowledge we know right now. And
at the current time, exactly,
you'll grow with us as we grow with knowledge, and we're not afraid to give knowledge, man. It's like I said.
I think that's a good segue into our current situations, which is one of the things I think I had wrote in. I'm pretty sure I did. I haven't looked at my notes, but I'm pretty sure I wrote that on our notes. Is I wanted to kind of elaborate on our current situations. All right, like what are we doing? You know what I mean? Because I myself, I started working again after taking 2 years off to just focus on music. Mm-hmm. And when I took the 2 years off to focus on music, I had a certain goal in mind. My goal in mind was to make it self-sustaining. That's it. I just wanted to not have to worry about making music whenever I could make music. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Now, granted, I'm married with a really cool fucking person who understands that I need this shit. It's not a want anymore. It's not something like it's just if I don't have this, I'm a miserable person to be around.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? It's a fact. Just to a point where I went like a stretch without doing it. And she's like, you need to get the fuck out, go to LA, go to a studio, leave. And I'm like,
driving me up the walls.
Bet. bet. You know what I mean? So it is one of those things. But I took two years off where all I did was focus on creating music. I focused on my BeatStars. I focused on MailChimp, on getting my newsletter in order, on testing out exactly how much of this I wanted. And what I ended up at was I don't like it being a job, but I also don't want it to be a hobby that it once was. Granted, I've been making music since 2003, but I didn't start taking it serious to 2018.
I think I know where we're going. I like
you know what I mean? Like I know. I've been leading to like I've been wanting to use. I need like motherfuckers need to know what you're going through right now. You know what I mean? So like I'm gonna talk my shit.
Go for it.
Really quick because it's garbage compared to what you're going through right now.
No.
So like
it's your situation. It's never garbage.
So from 2003 I started making music in 2003. I had DA, Polar Ops, all that shit. But it was high school driven, and then it just went into it's just something to do. 2018 was when I got serious. So 19, 20, 21. I'm barely 3 years in really trying to make this into a fucking job. 4 years in. I don't know why I skipped 20 because 2020 sucked.
Yeah, that we don't count that.
So like I'm only 4 years really in on this shit, on trying to really do something. I build up my newsletter. I have a handful of networking connections that I fucking love. But I also figured out that I hate what the industry is right now. I do see it for what it could be, and I hope it gets that way. But for what it is now, I'm happy being a liner. Just a liner note.
Yep.
You know, produce, or even if I made the whole fucking beat, but someone else places it for me, and they want to get total and just give me a co-producer line, I'll take that shit. Yep. Because as long as my bills are paid, like I know exactly how much I need to live, not survive. I'm talking about living, meaning if I decide me and Karina are going to go to fucking Thailand in a month, we're going to go to fucking Thailand in a month.
Right.
But we're also not going to blow, we're not going to fucking live in a mansion while we're there. We're going to, nice and reasonable, Sandals Resort, some shit like that. Yeah. It's going to be really chill and shit. So like, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm still working my 9 to 5, but it's a cool job where I don't give a fuck about it really. But I do, if you guys see it for some weird reason. And I'm able to make music anytime I want to do. I finish sketches. I'm about to work on Leon's fucking album right now. He's here fucking sitting in the corner.
Gang.
You know what I mean? I was able to build solid relationships with you and other people as well too. And it's something that there's time. There's time. You know what I mean? Like I'm not fucking losing my mind about lack of time.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's a balance in this shit.
And then the comfort. Like I wanted to highlight the hobby versus job to the comfort now of it. That was what I wanted to talk about right there. I want to pull from that. That's a very good conversation.
Grab it.
Because the job and the hobby, that is the big one right there. How to separate the hob and not making it too much a job to where it seems like now I'm going to work, right? Where I'm creating to work. And you know what I mean. Most people don't like to. Yeah. Most people don't like to work. Like that's the given. So obviously you don't want to make something that's fun to do, which is a hobby, feel like something that most people generally don't like to do, right? So you have to find that middle ground. Yeah. If you are looking to go push it past just a hobby, right? You don't have to make it seem like work, even though.
Pass outside.
You don't have to make it seem like a job, right? It's really how you. It's really you, like not you as in you, but you as in the person and how you look at what you're doing, right? You can literally look at what you're doing as far as creating and not make it into a job. It's literally perception, your own mindset on what you're doing. If you're looking again to go past just it being a hobby.
And even with that, it's what's the level you're trying to attain to?
Exactly. Like what are you
what's the goal?
What are you comfortable with? Are you just happy with and there's nothing wrong with. I don't like to use the room bedroom producer because I've seen too many people.
I look at it as: are you happy creating
in your living space?
Just
that's how I look at it.
Yeah,
because I don't like to use bedroom producer because a lot of people like to use it as undermining. Like
Billie Eilish did that whole album in the bedroom.
Exactly, a fabulous fucking project with her brother.
This
in their fucking home.
Dude, this is a $400 microphone, and Michael Jackson used this shit for fucking Thriller.
You feel me?
One of the greatest fucking projects ever.
So yeah, it's ridiculous. Again, highlight something that people like to fucking say. Bedroom producer is not a bad term. People like to use it as a negative term. There's been a lot of fucking fabulous records, albums that have come out of a bedroom.
This is my bedroom studio.
Exactly. People can shut the fuck up about it.
Yeah, dude.
And the negativity. Anyways, I forgot what I was saying.
Comfort.
The comfort. You have to be comfortable with putting in work where it doesn't seem like it's a job. That's the balance of it. You have to know that if you want to make it a hobby, that's perfectly fine. You know what I mean? If you're comfortable, that's fine. But if you want to go push it to that next level, you have to put in the work. But then again, that's like we said, it's levels to it.
Even on top of that, it's something that I think we need to touch on because it's something that you do really well. Like, I'm great at ideas. And when we first linked up, I gave you a shitload of ideas. This is what you could do with, spooky season and everything like that. But you did something that, because I give ideas freely, you put in the work. And I think a lot of people don't know what the work is. They think it is just, I'm just going to get a camera in my face and I'm going to be viral and I'm going to do this and I'm just going to go to LA and I'm going to flick it up and yada, yada, yada. No, the work is bullshit. Making sure your shit's on BMI. ASCAP. Looking into playlisting.
First of all, besides here, let's just real quick on the BMI, making sure you have everybody's BMI, making sure everybody gives you their BMI at a reasonable time, contacting people all the time. Like it's a lot of sorry, I didn't make a good job. That was one I just remembered right now.
If you're gonna build a brand, what do you need for said brand? Like, I don't know. Let's say you want to like get some stitching done. Do you want to constantly pay for somebody, or like this fucking genius over here did, get your own fucking shit because he has that ghoster on his fucking right? You know what I mean? Gang. That he has his, you know what I mean? You have your own stickers. How are you gonna do it? What are you looking into? How are you gonna market?
I looked at it like this, and this is nothing against anybody. I just decided to make myself the brand. You know what I mean? Because it was just me as a person, and everything that I do just made myself the brand and just attached everything with it to that. You know what I mean? It started off as me, Tad Ghost, a producer. You know what I mean? It started off, and literally I've been trying to come up with a mock-up of the current Ghost that I have with the glasses. That's been like 5 years coming up with different types of logos. Even without the glasses, there's like 3 or 4 different variations before that. There's a lot of just sitting and thinking. There's a lot of trial and error. There's a lot of depression that it comes with it, that you're thinking that you suck, that nobody wants to fuck with you. It's fleshing out horrible ideas and then making them not so horrible, making them good. It's taking hours, like even just today before this podcast, I was up till 3 a.m. working on some video or like an Instagram video for somebody that I'm working with. Fucking before that, I was working on a beat for somebody. Then I was, doing some stuff for the brand, consolidating. There's a lot of stuff. You're doing a lot of stuff throughout the day, and you have to manage your time properly. Now, mind you, people make mistakes, right? And sometimes we don't manage our time properly, or sometimes there's outside factors that cut into your planning. You know what I mean? You have to give yourself the benefit of the doubt. That's the best thing I could do to combat any type of depression that you deal with this artistic journey, because it is going to be very depressing at times. You're going to have to be comfortable with sucking for a very long time. You're going to have to be comfortable with people not fucking with you for a very long time. Like I said before, you're going to have to be comfortable with people not understanding what you're doing, not understanding your vision until you can flesh it out. And there's going to come a lot of depression with that. And maybe not depression in the sense, but there's going to come a lot of
down.
Kind of down. You're feeling down, man. Like maybe this isn't for me.
High highs, low lows.
That's what I mean by putting in the work. Not actual work like you're creating a beat. A lot of work is just working yourself mentally, growing as an artist, growing as a producer, where you're gonna see people are not gonna always gravitate. You're gonna see people gravitate to other people, and you're gonna
feel a way.
Sometimes you'll feel a way, you know what I mean? And you're like, man, where? But you shouldn't feel a way to where it's negative. You should feel a way to like, man, I want to be like that person, not like, man, what's this fucking fool doing?
Or even
like,
understanding why they're geting that, like
exactly.
why they're getting
but that's
love.
What I mean,
like why they're getting love, and at the same time, like, you know what? They could keep that.
It depends.
Not the one I want.
For me, it depends. For me, it's like. It's very situational, right? Like if it's somebody that's way more advanced than me in whatever field I'm doing, for me it's damn, like I want to be like that fucking person. Maybe not in the sense of what they're doing, right? Because that's very situational. but more in the sense of like that person's doing what I want to do, living off of what they're doing. I'm gonna do what they're trying to do. I respect, even though if I don't fuck with it, I still respect you for doing what you do, because at the end of the day, like, I'm trying to do what you're trying to do. Exactly. So it's always nothing but admiration and respect, even if I don't vibe or
fuck entirely with the sound.
Yeah, with whatever. It doesn't matter what it is, music, artistic vision, whatever it is. Even if I don't fuck with it, like, I still will have a conversation with the person. Still have it like, yo, like, hey, because a lot of the time, like,
there's something you know that I don't know that I want to know.
You don't know, and the same thing could be vice versa too. Oh, I didn't know I can do this, or yeah, let me tell you. And then that's how connections are made. You have to break. You have to break out of the mold.
Well, you think of it like
your own little box.
Yeah, you think of it in that sense is that if you're always looking at, like, taking to a point our relationship, we've both worked in the same area and shit like that. I mean, literally 12 miles away. I knew of you, you knew of me, but we only really started linking up probably the last fucking year. Probably. And I gotta give fucking props to fucking Caveman over there, fucking Paz. He's the one who did that shit, because all shit considered, that motherfucker is quick to get out of his comfort zone. To put himself in rooms where, regardless of what he brings to the table, he's in that fucking room.
I'll tell you this, which I have learned from other people, that this is also true. I don't know if you want me to speak your business real quick, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Go for it, put it out there.
Paz paid for a couple beats.
Yeah, of course.
Paz paid for beats, okay? A lot of the time that you'll see when people, and this is, I knew who Paz was, but I didn't know Paz personally. This is before, now Paz is a really good friend.
Now you don't really go out of your way to charge him.
I don't really charge him. Yeah. I'm going to be honest, I don't even charge you, bro. How many beats have I given you now that I don't even charge you? You know what I mean? The thing is, Paz knew what to do. And this isn't nothing like a financial gain. This isn't, I'm just trying to come up on money. This is, I don't know this dude. He has something that I'm looking for it. I respect his time. I'm going to pay him for his time. He did that enough times, and he was solid, and he came through, and he was full with everything that he came. He came with his verses, came with what he needed to, and he made that payment, and he made that effort. This dude was a solid dude straight out the gate. Like, it was like, oh, fuck, I'll mix this shit for free. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Oh, no, I'll do this for free. No, I'm not even going to charge you. Oh, I can help you with camera work now. We built a connection, met a cool fucking dude. I don't even charge homie no more. Yeah. Homie don't charge me no more. Yep. But a lot of the time it's making that first, and it's making that first effort of like, hey, I know you are living off of this. I'm not trying to mooch off you. How can I add value to what you're doing is the key. How can I add value to what you're doing? Because I already see that you're doing something. I want to be part of it, but I don't want to be a leech. So how can I add value? And you will get through every single time.
Every producer, engineer has their rates. And pay their rates. To start off, pay their rates. If you want to get yourself in a room.
And even just besides rates, be personable. Communicate. Don't just come off like, I mean, mind you, if you're trying to really build a relationship with this producer, then do that. If you're just trying to get, hey, I just need the beat from old boy.
Pay him.
Here's a price. Here's what it is. Cool. You got the beat. Here's a price for mix. If you're not trying to build a relationship, it's cool. We could just keep it business. Bet. No problem with me. If you're trying to build a relationship, you have to be personal. You have to communicate. You have to be friendly. Now, I know I'm talking a lot, but I got one very valuable point that I use still to this day, because in 2020 it brought a lot of anxiety to people, even to myself. It brought levels of anxiety that I had never known existed.
It's weird how comfortable I was. I think you're
a lunatic though. You're fucking crazy though. You're a fucking lunatic though.
Low key, I'm like, oh, people are dying. Population control is in effect. Let's go, baby.
Crazy. You're fucking crazy. This fucking guy, right? I had anxiety. I had anxiety levels that were shooting through the roof, and I know a lot of people can relate to that. You know what I mean? This is what I did, and obviously everybody has their own ways to combat it, right? Maybe this will help somebody. What I did was, and what I still do to this day is, I do one uncomfortable thing every day, and what I mean is,
anal.
I hate. I fucking can't stand this guy.
There was a pause. Perfect pause. Like
that was like, I didn't even just say pause. Like, motherfucker just did it automatic. Anyways, you fuckface. Where was I? Uncomfortable things, right? I said I do. Okay, fuck you, bitch. Pause. I do an uncomfortable task or something that will kind of get me out of my comfort zone, and it works. Like, and that can mean like, I mean, there would be times, bro. Like I'm telling you, there'd be times where I just didn't even want to fucking go to Target, bro. Like I just like I don't want to go into Target. I feel just like an unnecessary, reasonable level of anxiety for no fucking reason. Like
yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like, it's you completely fucking irrational. There'll be people that understand
I'll drive around town and I still get mad at the number of cars out there. I'm like, go inside.
Go inside because I want to drive you.
Go inside. What are you guys doing out here? As I'm driving to fucking Walmart and shit.
Fuck, man.
The worst place you want to be at.
Yeah, dog. Like, even going to the post office at some days was giving me levels of anxiety. Yeah, it was crazy, bro. So, literally, I was just like, you know what? I cannot live like this, especially if I'm trying to produce, especially if I'm trying to put myself out there, especially if I'm trying to make communications. I cannot fucking do this, dog. Like, I cannot be living like this where it's just like a constant, like, pit in your stomach, pain in your chest, or just like anxiety, like
constantly on edge.
On edge, fucking impending doom all the fucking time. So I was like, I cannot fucking do this. Like, it's not gonna work. If I'm really trying to do this, I like literally had a conversation with myself. Not gonna work. Snap out of it, right? Now that again, that's just me talking to me. Snap out of it. What can you do to help? You know, jog yourself out of this shit. And I was like, I'll just fucking, whenever I feel something, whenever I want to do something and I feel uncomfortable feeling of it, I'm just going to fucking do it every single time. And it has worked wonderfully. And literally, like, whatever, I don't want to go to the store because I feel like there's a lot of people there and I don't want to be around a lot of people. Fuck it, I'm just going to go to the store.
Go to the store. Run that shit.
Be around large crowds now doesn't even fucking bother me. Fucking, whatever. You know, just shit off the list. Just knocked it. Just, I feel uncomfortable doing this. Fuck it.
Go.
That was it. Ain't no
but I mean,
motherfucker.
Well, I mean, that's something to also take into account with anything else. You know what I mean? Like putting yourself out there in terms of like I do beat sets a lot of times. You know what I mean? I don't mind performing. I can rap. You get me a microphone, I'm gonna talk my shit. I know how to fucking run a crowd and shit like that. But it is one of those things that like going out of town into a city where no one knows you and you're gonna play music and no one's there to back you up. You know what I mean? Like I know Trash Mob goes deep everywhere, but like I did a set in LA where it was just me. Like I had like maybe 2 homies there, but the motherfucker was quiet. Yeah, this fucking asshole showed up all hella late. You know what I mean? But like it was just me. So it wasn't like one of those things where it was like, oh yeah, for sure I might have 5 people cheering me on. Mm-hmm. Fuck no. 0. I had the homie Ralph and my little brother who's a dick. So what the fuck was he gonna do? You know what I mean? But it forces you.
What the fuck is he gonna do?
Yeah, it forces you to just rely on yourself. You know what I mean?
Which a lot of it,
which is fun because,
and a lot of it is your inner strength.
You're fucking dope, man. Like most people who are, if you've done music already like 3 years, that means within 3 years, you already went through the first year of honeymoon, the second year when you notice no one gives a fuck about what you're doing.
Right.
And that third year, you're still doing it. That third year is like, yo, you could quit.
Yeah.
You've only wasted 2 years of your life. My guy.
That's a teeter point.
You could throw this money elsewhere. You can throw this effort anywhere. Yeah, you want to work out? This is the best time to fucking do it. Get out of this because this is therapy. You know what I mean? Or you know you're battling against 100 other millions of people who maybe want it more than you, or if they don't want it, they want something that's attached to it more than you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what are you trying to do with this shit?
And wanting people that are like just as equally hungry as you, right?
Yes.
And being able to gauge who wants it, who's putting in the work, who's trying to, again, who's providing value to what you're doing, as well as vice versa, you to them too, like equal exchange of value.
Because that first year is always going to be a honeymoon phase. And that first project you release, everyone around you they're going to be like, oh my God, you finally released your music. Oh, I know you've been wanting to do music
for so long.
Oh, applaud. That second one, oh, you're still doing that music shit?
Even that applaud though, sometimes isn't even like that loud too.
No.
And
it's the fact that it's you, at least you did it. They'll be like, good job. But that second one, That's where they go like, oh, you really want to do this? Oh,
that's cute. Type of shit.
Yeah,
that's cute.
Yeah, that third one
is like, oh,
how's that music shit going?
Yeah,
you still doing that shit?
The eyebrows are now like
Yeah,
low.
you know,
like,
the post office is hiring. Like you don't.
Fourth year, I'll tell you, brings intrigue. At least I could tell you, it brings intrigue. Fifth year, it starts slowly. You know, it's dripping. It's just like a faucet dripping into a fucking large bottle.
And depending where you're at, by fifth, sixth year after that, you're gonna be seen. You'll be seen by other peers as a professional, or other people will be hit you. Oh, I know you take this serious. Oh, I know you're doing this. I know you're doing that. And that's where other people start reaching out from time to time. You know what I mean? Like,
and unfortunately, sometimes you'll get people that think that you're competition too. Which, I mean, you're gonna get your good and your bad. You know what I mean? You're gonna get the people that are like, you are my peer, or I see you as a professional enough to work with you, even if I don't see you as a peer. Right, you'll get those two, and you'll get the ones that see you as,
fuck that fool.
Fuck this guy. He's competition, right? Even though there's no competition.
There's no competition.
Again, like I said it last time, there's no competition. We already deal with enough that we got to do on our own to think that anybody else is competition.
Yeah.
You know, there's already enough shit that we're dealing with every day.
Exactly.
We're fucking dealing with time. That's the competition. Is time.
Yep.
You got 24 hours in a day. You can't use realistically all of them, so use the hours that you can.
And the beauty of it now with music is that it's time in general, because age doesn't matter anymore. You have Griselda, which is one of the dudes who are fucking taking over right now.
Amazing.
And they're what, 37, 38, damn near in their 40s and
Benny
shit.
Conway and fucking
you know what I mean? West Side Gun. Like, age no longer matters and shit. Hip hop has finally reached that area of fine wine where they accept the fact that
it's not a young boys game no more.
And there's still young boys available though.
Still young boys. Yeah.
Pause. God damn, that sounded weird.
Yeah.
It's still for young people as well.
See, you see where, hey man, you can see where old boy's mind's at. You talking about?
Sorry, drinking water like this.
Hey man, hey, don't give him no more, okay? Bartender. No, just kidding.
Yeah, córtala. But it's still, you still have young artists coming in. Corday, to me, is one of the dopest MCs out there.
Yeah, man.
He is
killing
fucking,
it,
dude. I have not been excited for a new release aside from Jay-Z's in the longest, because I'm a straight Hov fan, like Stan Hov fan, everything. Like, he can do no wrong with me. Corday's that artist where I'm like,
he's been killing it, bro.
Anything he drops, I'm like, yo, download. I don't even listen to it first. Just download. Fuck it. I know I'm gonna love it.
What are your three artists you look at right now that are your go-to? Like right now, not overall, just right now this year. What are the three artists that you are happy when music is released?
Run the Jewels, Corday, Reason right now. Actually, fucking Evidence. He just released some new shit, and I've always been a fan of Evidence. Like, it's just that dude. Like, he's just dope, man. You know what I mean? And it's just, he's always like got something to say. But Corday is just, he's such a young artist, and he knows himself so well.
And he's very comfortable.
Yes, you know what I mean? And he's got a lisp like me, gang. You know what I mean? But then Run the Jewels to me is just dope, because I remember LP from Def Jux. Like, I was a heavy underground head, so I remember LP from back in the day, as well as when Killer Mike first came out with Outkast. You know what I mean? The Whole World and shit. And I had his album that came out that had Adidas. You know what I mean? All day I dream about like that whole shit. So like, those are the three right now that I'm like heavy on, that will break me away from what I'm doing. Because that's the thing, as producers, as artists, as we're creating, the shit I listen to the most is the shit we're making. Mm-hmm. I really don't listen to a lot of, and that's why I tell people, I'm like, don't make music for me. I'm the last one you want to make music to. I'm gonna listen to it twice. It's in my fucking my catalog of like ideas to touch on, but I'm not listening to that shit again. I don't even listen to my music once it's released. Like, once it's out on Apple Music, and I don't play it off a Dropbox, I could give a fuck about the shit that I was dying over. Like, Sketches, I'm going to listen to Sketches maybe 1 week after it releases. After that, fuck that album.
I have to give myself some time after I mix it. Yeah, I have to give myself some time after I mix it to let it breathe a little bit, man. Because you be listening to one fucking word. You listen to the whole fucking somebody say 3 words over
and over. I think you could do this one again. Maybe if I just mix it this way, maybe I do it that way. You know what I mean? And even once it's done, I listen to it because I'm like, I can't wait for people to hear this.
Yeah,
but
you're
once
listening
it's
to it.
out,
It's out. I won't even lie. I'll listen to it when it's out. But I try to give myself some breathing room when it's out to not listen to it as much, just because I listen to it leading up to it a lot already. Like mixing it and whatnot, and like
fucking like I think they're gonna like this one. Maybe they're gonna hate this one.
But here's the thing too. What I try to do is like I try to mix early now so that I have enough of a window to let it have that breathing room where I don't listen to it and it's already out. Excuse me, on distribution. So I'm just waiting for it to come out. So it gives me some time to breathe. So that when it finally comes,
2 weeks. I gave myself 2 weeks.
Because you're mixing and you're listening to it repetitive. You're like, man, I know this shit sounds dope, but I fucking listen to this son of a bitch 150 times. The motherfucker saying that, this, and that.
Yeah, who knows if it's even dope?
I don't even know if it's dope anymore. It just sounds like this now.
Or worse, you think it sucks because it's old to you.
It's old, exactly.
But they didn't hear it.
They didn't hear it.
Ain't heard it. It's
exactly.
all brand new. That's where sketches came from.
And again,
it's old to me.
Perception.
These tracks are so old to me. Like there's one song that we must have recorded probably 2018, 2019.
Right.
But it's new to everyone else.
Bro, the fucking songs that I had on Who the Fuck Is Tad Goes were all songs that were like 2 to 3 years old. Not like there was probably one song that was new on there, and that was Walk that Chunks did. That might have been that one. And I think there might have been one more. There might have been one more.
But it gets you started because you already started on the new one.
Yeah.
Because you already started on the new project, and you're fucking putting it together a little bit quicker now.
Yeah, just about finished.
Because now it's like, yo, now you get that drug of
and then it's also too, you learn a lot of mistakes too. Oh, actually, it's a good segue to something that I had right here, real quick. How much time we got?
All right, well, real quick before you do that, what 3 artists are you listening to?
Rowdy Rebel.
Are you like waiting on?
Rowdy Rebel. He's dropping hella shit. He just got out. That was Bobby Schmurder's homie. Yeah, locked up with him. He got out. He's just been dropping heat after heat.
Has Bobby been dropping?
I don't know. I feel really bad for not knowing. But I don't know. Just Rowdy's just been dropping so much shit that I just been paying attention to him right now.
I figured if Bobby dropped, we'd know.
I figured that too. I haven't heard anything.
I'll be fucking pissed if he dropped and I didn't know. No.
Pooh Shiesty and Conway. Well, it's a split between Conway and Benny the Butcher.
Griselda.
Yeah, because Westside too. Yeah,
Griselda.
Yeah, so Griselda, Pooh Shiesty, and fucking Rowdy Rebel. Yeah, nice. Man. It's fucking outside music. Outside music.
You see, I'm all inside music. I
listen to the outside music.
I'm all about driving around, fucking contemplating.
Yeah, I listen to these tunes and think about, okay, where can I hear this outside? That's literally how my mind works.
I haven't been outside in forever, man. And as soon as I go outside, I want to go back inside.
I feel you.
I'm that dude. Yeah.
It's hot as fuck.
I'll see you post shit.
It's hot as fuck in multiple reasons.
Yeah, I'll see you post shit, and I'm like, good luck.
Yeah. God bless you.
God bless.
God bless you.
God bless on that shot. I'm over here drinking tea.
Get home safe.
I'm gonna drink this fucking Earl Grey real quick.
Hey, bro, it's hot outside, man. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. It's hot as fuck.
What was the segue? Real quick.
Segue.
We'll bang out the segue real quick.
All right.
Or you want to hit it we're already at an hour.
Let me see.
What is it? And we'll see how long it could be.
Nah, we can hit this next week. Because we actually had no topics. We had no topics that were, this was just all authentic. I didn't say nothing on here that I talked about. So we can save it for next week.
I think I might have had something.
But that's cool.
Yeah,
I'm
happy.
That hour. I just want to use, we could do plug-in highlight. You want to do that?
Yeah, plug-in highlight. Yeah, I'm down for that.
Effect Tricks by Sugar Bite. It's a multi-effect sequencer consisting of 14 effects to choose from. That's what they fucking call it. It's cool as fuck. It's got a bunch of different functionality. That was their product definition, but I fuck with it because it's got loop. You can put it, let's say, on melodies. You can put it on drums. Different effects, like you can loop with it. You can reverse with it. You can put crush on it. You could put reverb. You could put delay. You could put chorus. You could put, on and on and on. You could stretch it, kind of like, remember, like halftime, you did. But I like it, but it's not as good as halftime or gross beat. But it's cool. It has a different type of sound that you can. I've used it before for different things, but it's probably like the third type of modulation, like time modulation.
Yeah, I got you.
But you can. One of the dope things that I didn't know because I was looking it up, because I've used it a bunch of times, but we don't always look up the information.
Yeah, exactly.
One thing I did.
What can you really do?
Yeah, what can you really
Fuck
do?
if I know.
I just fucked with it. It's right there, and I just learned how to use it. One of the things that I did learn is that you can actually integrate it with DJing.
Oh, nice.
MIDI, fucking what's it called? Controller
Serato
or
ones or track or.
As long as it has MIDI functionality, you can fucking use effectors.
Oh, so like Native Instruments Trackster.
Yeah.
Tractor.
Yeah. Like the one I have at the crib. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what you got. Yeah.
So you can literally fucking use or you can fucking. Not this shit.
Well, MPC, yeah. All my shit's all fucking production.
Yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember what the fuck they had an example of it, of the fucking controller that they were using on the video that I was watching. Can't remember off top, but no, it's a dope little effect sequencer. I got 14 of them. Do whatever. It literally the sky's the limit. Like I said, delay, reverb, chorus, stretch, loop. Crush, fucking anything. 14 different ones.
I don't got shit, man. I really don't use. I just as you were talking, I was trying to think of one, and I'm like, I don't really use a lot of
hardware.
Because I do hardware. So I'll do
whatever. Something to give back to the people that they might not know.
All right, look, I'll go with this one.
Start at the top, yeah.
Korg Minilog XD.
That's an affordable one, right?
Super affordable. It's like $400. Well,
there you go. That's compared to the compared to those two
motherfuckers
right there.
Yeah, no. Great engines, 4 voices, so you can actually like play some chords and shit like that. And it's real hands on, man. I fucking love it. I can get some good bass lines off of it and shit like that. Great, and it's really easy. If you're gonna get your first plugin ever and first synthesizer ever and you don't know where to start, great place to start.
Yep.
On top of that shit, it still works as a MIDI keyboard too. So like you can still use it on FL Studio for just MIDI.
It's awesome. And I used it.
Yeah, and even if like let's say you have a good chord progression or anything like that, you can run it back and they'll play it off of it. So you don't have to play live. So let's say there's a certain sound on here you like and there's a certain melody you made, you can have that melody play it.
Oh, that's fucking hard.
Yeah,
bro.
dude. Which is really, really, really dope.
I'm gonna have to pick your brain.
Yeah, that shit's hella fun.
Because I didn't know that.
See, well, they all do that. All of them that have a USB, you can have a MIDI out.
That's hard.
So on any of your VSTs and anything like that, you'll go MIDI out. You highlight the one that's hooked up, and whatever sound it's in there, it'll start playing it.
That's fucking hard, bro. I use that son of a bitch at night on some fucking in my dungeon type.
Yeah.
Some fucking crazy sound type shit.
Yeah. And that's the thing. When you first get it, you spend so much time just messing around with sounds that you just don't play with it.
No. I didn't even fucking make a beat for like 30 minutes. I was just fucking with the knobs.
Yeah, man.
Pause. Fucking bitch.
Yeah,
the
man.
fucking keys and everything. And fucking was literally there for like 30 minutes just
that's what I'm at with
until
this
you
one.
find that one sound. Oh yeah, we're going over. Till you find that one motherfucking sound and you're just like, oh.
Nah, that's where I'm at with this one. This one is still I'm the prophet. I'm fucking it's like walking into a library and they're speaking a different language.
Oh no, like let's make something before I go.
Oh, you already know we're about to make something.
All right.
Fuck these fools in their session. Gang, I'm out.
Gang. Love y'all.